Good morning, Milan. How are you?
Good morning. Considering the circumstances, I'm okay.
Great to hear. So I'd love to tell us a little bit about, what you do and what your core expertise is.
My core expertise is working with professionals and business owners in the areas of estate planning, insurance planning. What we do is we help our clients put the pieces together. When it comes to insurance, there's a lot of mystery as to what's covered, what's not covered, what happens if this happens, will I be covered, especially now. We're fielding calls even from our own clients asking us questions. COVID's here. It's a reality. We're in a bad situation. And they're going, my office is closed. Am I covered? And it's tough time.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. For sure. I know a lot of business owners have been asking what happens with, in terms of what does the coverage look like with critical insurance in the event of COVID-19?
It's a question that we've been answering as well. Clients are asking me, is this a condition of the critical illness policy? It's not. The critical illness policy covers 24 conditions. What happens is if you have a heart attack, stroke, cancer, 30 days later, there's a check. So the idea of COVID, what would it cover? Possibly if you had a paralysis, if you had a loss of independence, where you can't do two of your daily living, like bathing yourself and eating. So even though the COVID is not a definition, there are conditions that could be covered by that.
Okay, makes sense. And I know that it's a really difficult time for a lot of business owners, as a lot of them have had to close, their practices in the case of, dentists and doctors and things like that. So dentists specifically. So tell me a little bit more about business interruption insurance and what that looks like when a dentist has had to close their practice.
Yes, working with many professionals, because our whole practice is geared to professional and corporate clients. So with professionals right now, the challenging part is they're closed their offices. They don't know when they're going to open up. And even dentists, I'm talking to my dentist friends / clients, they're saying, listen, when we get back to work, the whole thing is going to change the way we provide the service. So I'm getting these questions saying, listen, I've had to close my office. Will my disability insurance cover it? No, it won't. Unless you're disabled, there's no coverage. However, you may want to talk to your general insurance advisor and ask if you have business interruption insurance and see how that is covered. There have been court cases on this already in the United States and Canada. This isn't my expertise, but this is what I'm advising the clients to do. Call your general insurance agent and say, do I have this coverage? How can it help me at this time?
Right. Great. That's awesome. Awesome advice. I have a question in terms of office overhead coverage. What does that look like right now?
Well, right now, the office overhead, once again, if you are disabled and you can't work for dentists and docs and professionals, if you can't do substantial duties of your occupation, full-time, part-time, or residually, I mean, I can be there 8 hours, but I can't bill at the same rate. Office overhead will cover your expenses like accounting, legal, liability, staff. So now you have to be disabled for this coverage to come in. Typically, you can have a 30-day waiting period, 60-day waiting period, or 90-day. And let's say you have 24 months of payment. So let's say I have a client right now, their office overhead is $40,000 a month. Well, he has 40,000 times 24. So if 1 month he doesn't use up the whole 40,000, let's say it's 20, that extra amount stays in the kind of in the kitty. So when that professional has a disability, the office expenses are covered.
Okay, that's really great information. In terms of personal disability coverage, what type should a business owner have?
Business owner and professionals, because we're talking to both, should try to secure own occupation. So I've seen doctors that were never advised to do own occupation. So what it means, the own occupation, if you can't perform substantial and material duties of your job full-time, part-time, or residual. Part-time means that these policies, if you work 4 hours a day, you get half of your benefit. Residual means I'm able to be there 8 hours, but I can't bill. Typical situation is like a client of ours that's an accountant. He ended up with diabetes, and the diabetes ended up causing him where he could be there, but his billables dropped to a half.
Right.
Every month he submits his billables, and the insurance company sends him a check for the balance. So own occupation is key.
And okay, that's super interesting. And I do want to sort of follow up this sort of stream of thought with, you are serving business professionals and so business owners and business professionals. Are there any other questions that you get asked often, especially right now in the middle of this crisis? Any other insights that you can provide our audience?
Well, we get asked questions about their life insurance premium, disability, critical. Can I stop my premium? What can I do? Yeah, you can stop your premium for 30 days. On the life insurance, if you have a permanent policy, one that has cash values, you can access those values to pay your future premiums. And then when you're back into the flow of things, you can pay back that loan to the insurance company. So if you have cash values, consider that. We've had situations where in the past, the cash values of an insurance policy saved the business. Wow. When they were in a tough time, gave them cash flow. So look at your insurance products with your advisor and say, what can we do?
Yeah, absolutely. So if anyone, any business owner or professional wants to get in touch with you, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Best way is to email me at milan@tkfg.ca. I'm going to answer you within a day. And we can have a conversation, a Zoom call or whatever, whether you're a client or ours or not. I'm certainly going to help you out.
Awesome. Good. We're all getting pretty good at Zoom these days.
Yes, very much so.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, and have yourself an awesome day.
All right. Thank you for your time, and stay healthy.
You too. Bye.